Is the market about to change? Let's find out. Hi everyone, my name is Mike Rennick. I'm the team lead, the senior broker at Team Rennick, part of that great Mangrove Realty Associates family. It's time for the July numbers for the real estate market locally, looking at Sarasota and Manatee counties, and then let's look at the national scene. So I started by asking, is things about to change? It's been a seller's market. They've been in the driver's seat. They've been controlling everything that's happening. So the answer is yes and no. Let me tell you what I mean by that. On a national basis, we are seeing changes. Locally here in Florida, not yet, but there's some indication that may happen shortly. So let's get into the numbers here. When we look at July numbers, which is data effective through June 30th, we see that sales are up 40%. Now, that's a big number, but we've been seeing sales up over a year ago in the 80s. So that number is starting to come down. That's indication number one. Pending properties. That's the properties that are going to close in the next 30, 60 days. We've been seeing anywhere from 100% over last year, 20% over last year. It's actually down 8% from a year ago. Indication number two, we may be on the verge of some changes. Days on the market, things are still selling really fast, down 66% from a year ago. Months of inventory, down 80-some%. You'll see the numbers on the video as we produce this. So there is some indication when we look at this that we may be on the verge of some changes, which means over the next couple of months, we have to keep a close eye on this. When we go into the sales numbers and we look at the pendings, we see that the green bars on the chart that we're looking at right now, there is a slight downward trend. We want to keep an eye on that. The pendings, which is the red line, that's coming down significantly from a year ago, as I shared just a minute ago. Price, what's happening with price? Starting to level off a little bit. Let's see what happens when we take a look at the chart that's showing now. Days on the market, still very, very fast. Things are moving just as fast as they get listed. Months of inventory, again, kind of holding steady, very low numbers. Let's take a look at the national scene, though, and see what the indications are, because generally we lag the national scene because of the kind of market we have here in Florida. So let's look at a quote from Zelman's June broker report. This month's overall home buyer demand rating equaled 86 on a scale of 0 to 100. That's down from 88 last month and marking the first sequential decline since November. That's the indication on the national market that things are changing. Percent of respondents who say it's a good time to buy, down to 35% in the month of May. That's down from in the 40s and 50s. Realities of buyer fatigue right now. Here's one of the reasons that things are stepping back nationally. Record price appreciation, extremely low inventory, record high percent of sales over lists. Things aren't selling at lists, they're selling it higher. Record low days on the market, historically low mortgage rates. All of these are reasons they're saying on a national basis, we're seeing the change right now. An indication, or not a forewarning, but for something for buyers to keep in mind right now. Expected turn in the market in the coming months. It's already happened on a national basis. The market is still hyper competitive, but if the supply side comes up or the market demand, the buy side goes down a little bit, things will change. Summer is when serious buyers commit 100%, again, on a national basis. They're saying don't get left behind. It really comes down to what's right for you. Is this the right time to make a buy or to sell? When we take a look at the chart now for the months of inventory on a national basis, we see that even though it's in a seller's market, the amount of inventory nationally is starting to tick up a little bit. That's not true yet here in Florida, but it is nationally. Let's take a look at three quotes. The deputy chief economist of First American, it looks like existing inventory is starting to inch up, which is good news for a housing market parched for more supply. We look at Haas, we're seeing another significant week over week gain in inventory. Great news for buyers. Lawrence Young, chief economist at NAR, National Association of Realtors, supply is expected to improve, which will give buyers more options and help tamp down record asking high prices. So let me stop here for just a second, just share my thoughts. There's always a way for buyers to win or sellers to win, no matter what the market is. Your broker needs to know the statistics and be prepared with your plan. What we're seeing on a national basis, though, I think is going to help us in the coming months here at Florida. The experts are saying prices aren't going to fall, but we're going to see a more leveling off, a little bit closer to a neutral market where things will go back to what we call a normal. Time will tell what will happen. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd like to develop a market analysis for you specific with what you're trying to do. Also help you in any way I possibly can. My personal cell, which I want all of my clients to have, because we need to be available at your convenience. That number is 941-400-8735. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Thanks for watching.